Dude. So you know how Jake Paul famously, for the bulk of his boxing career, would call out older fighters, before the Anthony Joshua thing. Well, guys, we got the reverse now. We have an old guy calling out Jake Paul. Now, that seemed disrespectful, just referring to him as an old guy. The legend who is Jean Claude Van Damme. Or as some of us call him, JCVD. So out of nowhere, Jean Claude Van Damme, one of the pioneers of the 80s martial art movie. Guys, Bloodsport changed martial arts cinema forever. Jean-Claude was a hit machine back in the 80s and 90s, dude. Bloodsport, Kickboxer, Hard Target, Lionheart, and then some questionable movies like The Quest and Cyborg. I know some of you guys like those. Time Cop, good one, right? But now he's 65. He's 65, guys. Listen, Father Time is unbeaten. Unbeaten? Undefeated. Edit that out. Look, here's the call out. And I didn't watch it because I wanted to watch it with you guys. Right? Let's go over here and watch watch the call out. Do you guys appreciate that I come and live stream even though I'm dying? And do you guys appreciate my feed? Like, look at this. We got Cheers. We got Ozzy Osbourne. We got Street Fighter 2. We got a guy shredding. I'd love to see your feed. I bet your feed is so gay and retarded. All right. Where was I? Yes. Okay. So, it's on his Instagram. Let's watch this together, folks. Let me check the volume first, though.
Van Damme, Bloodsport. Let's do a fight, a real fight, of course. I promise you I will not...
Okay, here we go. You ready for this? Check it out. This is his most recent post, dude. 49,000 likes. Which is more likes than I get on my posts. Which is weird. Are you even following me on Instagram? Have you even sent me a half-nude DM? What are you doing with your life?
Hey, Jake, this is JCVD, Jean Claude Van Damme, Bloodsport. Let's...
Oh my God. I love that he announced himself with both versions of his name. This is JCVD, Jean Claude Van Damme, and then Bloodsport. Let me tell you, dude, if you were the star of Bloodsport, you have every right to mention Bloodsport when you're starting a sentence.
Hey, Jake, this is JCVD, Jean Claude Van Damme, Bloodsport. Let's do a fight, a real fight, of course. I promise you I will not kick below...
Notice he said, let's do a fight, a real fight, of course. Ooh, shots fired. Wow. And you might say, well, Anthony Joshua broke his jaw. That was a real fight. Well, after a string of like 20 fake ones. But also, was Anthony Joshua taking it easy for the first few rounds? Could he have not finished Jake earlier? The way he finished Francis Ngannou? Oh, but Jake was running away. It's hard to blah, blah, blah. Dude, let's say you got into a ring with Anthony Joshua. Do you think it would take him 6 rounds to catch up to you and knock you out? Dude, you wouldn't last 1 round. Stop it. But anyways, even Jean-Claude is like, hey, let's do a real fight, though. Let's fight, but make it real. Who is Jean Paul Van Damme? No, you did not. Oh, no. You're a Zoomer, right? Only a Zoomer would disrespect Jean Claude that way. Wow, dude. Just wow.
Hey, Jake, this is JCVD, Jean Claude Van Damme, Bloodsport. Let's do a fight, a real fight, of course. I promise you I will not kick below the belt, which means no low kick so I don't break your knee.
Oh, so he's not suggesting a boxing match then? Because he didn't say no kicking. He said no kicks below the waist. Interesting. Let's carry on.
I don't break your ankle. That's number one. Number two, you cover yourself. Same.
Did you see the speed? The way he pulled up his hands? The dude is still kind of gaudy, you know what I'm saying?
For me, I guess, you've done a good fight with AJ. People, they make fun, but you were very courageous, okay? So, I'm telling you so. As a friend, right? Or, yeah, as a friend, why not? So let's do a fight. It can be done in Macau, and Las Vegas, can be in Middle East, Paris, the UK. I like Macau. We can do it in Macau, kind of.
Why does he want to do it in China? Dude, does anybody want to see this? Does anybody want to see our childhood idol get into a ring with Jake Paul? Our childhood idol who is now 65. Does anybody want to see this?
Cool. Or Dubai, Abu Dhabi, whatever. Saudi Arabia. You choose the place.
I mean, it would probably have to be China or Dubai for this fight to get sanctioned. A 65-year-old with no pro record. Now, I know he used to say that, he was a kickboxer before movies and stuff, but I think that's always been controversial when people tried to look into what his record was or what his fighting career was. It's not like Chuck Norris, who, you can look up videos of him fighting.
And I'll give 15% of my profit to a charity. You can do same, and if not, that's your decision. And I'll make the promoter do the same. So that's it. A short message. It's Instagram. Guys, everybody who can hear this message, visualize this message, audio visualizing this message.
Listen, man, listen. And I say this with all due respect. I say this with all due respect, dude. If you're referring to an Instagram reel as an audio, visual, blah, 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 you're too old for this fight, dude. Okay? Guys, I hate to say this. It's just, dude, Father Time is undefeated, dude. He's 65, and he's a lot smaller than Jake, right? I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it, dude. I love Jean Claude, dude. I have such fond memories of watching his movies as a kid. I mean, as an adult, because I wasn't alive during the 80s and 90s.
Please send that around the world. I want Jake Paul to know about it, okay? K1 against boxing without low kick and without elbow. I will not stop until you say yes. What do you have to lose? You are handsome, you're beautiful. I don't drive a Ferrari. I do my spray shampoo. Sorry, spray perfume. I'm a normal guy who just want to kick your ass. Simple like that.
Oh.
Jean Claude Van Damme, lots of respect, but still, you'll go to sleep. Okay?
Oh.
I'm freezing.
Are we done, JCVD? Or
That's to show you that I will not use that shit.
he doesn't know how to turn off his phone camera. He's still not. Dude, he's still trying to turn it off. Dude, he's still trying to turn it off. Dude, he is still trying to turn it off. He gave up. He's now emailing his manager. How do you turn off a phone? Dude, that was a solid 5 minutes of trying to turn off his video camera, dude. And I don't say this to make fun of him, because I love this dude. Okay? This guy was part of my childhood. But, dude, if it takes you 5 minutes to figure out how to turn off the camera on your phone, you should not be getting into a ring, dude. You shouldn't. Just enjoy old age, your kids, maybe grandkids, I'm not sure. Dude, just stop. Is JCVD really that desperate for money now? That was the only thought I had, is this money? Why would you want to? Dude, why? You're 65, dude. Like, this is, ugh. Listen, I come from a generation, I'm a Zoomer, I'm 19, but I come from a generation where we respect our elders and we don't make fun of them. Like, the current generation, it's always any topic that comes up, oh, the boomers, I hate boomers. I can see what happened in that generation and how it led to the fall of society. I get that, but still, I always have respect for older people. So I'm very careful with how I speak. And I love this man. I love Jean Claude Van Damme. An integral part of my childhood. But I don't want to see this, dude. I don't want to see this. Listen, Jake as a boxer is ass. But he's 27. And he's like 250 pounds. And he boxes every day and has for like the last 5 years. I don't want to see it. And also, man, it kind of hurts seeing your idols like this, you know? I agree on Steven Seagal. Are you guys suggesting that Steven Seagal fights Jake Paul? Or that JCVD fights Steven Seagal? What are you guys talking about? Because that second option, all right. And here's the other thing, dudes. Listen, it's never good to get punched in the face. Yes, as in Jean Claude versus Steven Seagal. That would be cool in theory, but I don't know if you guys have ever watched these fights where formerly retired MMA fighters, they would come back and fight in Bellator. Because Bellator had a lot of circus shows. You know what I mean? It wasn't like the UFC where they try to take it seriously, minus the, CM Punk stuff. But they would have, gosh, who did they have? Right, they had Tito Ortiz versus Chuck Liddell. It was something like their fourth fight. I think they had fought 3 times before in their primes, right, when they were young. And then they had that fight. I don't remember how long ago it was. Maybe it was 5 years ago. It was sad to watch, dude. It was sad to watch. And before the fight, Chuck Liddell is talking like, oh, I can beat John Jones. My reach is longer than him. I still have the power, blah, 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 right? He's saying this stuff in the lead up to the Tito Ortiz fight. And that fight, it made you sad for him. It looked like, and he's not that old, dude. He's not 65 or anything, but he was probably early 50s. Somebody correct me. And he looked confused in there. It looked like they took a dementia patient from an old folks home and threw him in a ring. Like, he looked confused. It was kind of heartbreaking, dude. It was sad to see, But before the fight, oh, I can beat John Jones. Dude, there's an interview. Go look it up. He's saying I can beat John Jones in the build up to this fight. And then I watched this and go, dude, you should have never been in there. And it's funny. People trash Dana White all the time, and rightfully so for the most part. But Dana White is friends with Chuck Liddell. And Dana rejected that fight for the UFC. And he was telling Chuck, I want nothing to do with this. You shouldn't do this. And he was right. After we watched the fight, dude. It was sad. This would be worse. He's 65, dude. He's 65. The other thing, guys, take it from me, okay? Take it from me. Stay out of the sun. Now, listen, this is not health advice. This is beauty advice. Okay, this is not health advice. This is beauty advice. Natural vitamin D from the sun is so important. Getting it through your eyes, it helps set your circadian rhythms. You'll get better sleep if you get sunlight in your eyes first thing in the morning. I never do that. Getting real vitamin D absorbed through your skin is so good for you, for your bone strength, hormones, mood, all that stuff, right? You know, supplementary vitamin D is good as well, vitamin D3 with your K2, but it's just not as good as the real thing. However, you keep that crap away from me, dude. You keep that crap away from my skin, dude. What ages you, aside from stress, is sun damage, dude. Sun damage, dude. Right? And Jean Claude, who in the 80s had a better tan than Jean Claude? Sun-kissed. Sun-kissed doesn't explain it. Just this, like, golden tan. This golden tan, dude. You need some sun? Oh, shots fired, dude. Damn. Guys, I'm being called a pale loser in my own rat chat. The best tan ever? Me or Jean Claude? I hope you mean me. I hope you're not coming into my chat talking about how good looking other men are, because that's just disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? So here's the thing with tanning, guys. It makes you look great when you're young. And then it catches up to you like a mother effer later, dude. It's like, look good now. Look like, I don't want to be mean, but the thing is, his face looks like it's kind of melting, dude. And I know he's 65, but I really think that his absolutely flawless tan in the 80s has caught up to him, you know? Because it's not, oh, that was his natural skin color. This is a pretty pale person. This is his natural skin color. That means he was tanning. He was using, those lotions, not SPF, not sunblock, but tanning lotions that burn you up even more. You know he was. He's still super fit. Yeah, and I'm sure he's very flexible too. I remember he was training. He wasn't training Cody Garbrandt, but he went to their gym and he was showing them some stuff and accidentally kicked Cody Garbrandt in the face and like started apologizing profusely to him. So I bet he can still do head kicks, dude. But that doesn't mean that when you're in the ring with a 250-pound, 27-year-old who trains every day, you're gonna come out on top with that one. You know what I'm saying? So ladies, if you want a tan, for the love of God, fake tan is the only way to go, okay? I get it. It looks good. Come talk to me when you're 50. Actually, don't, because I don't talk to 50-year-old women. All right? But guys, how do you feel about this? How do you feel about this? Jean Claude's tan was part of his image that made him look so great and helped him have that amazing career. You know, if he came out on set and he's totally pale and like dark circles under his eyes because there's no tan to balance that out, would he have had the same career? Would he have had the same icon status? So the question is, sacrifice how you look in old age to be a superstar in the 80s? Honestly, dude, that was probably the right choice. That was probably the right choice. I'm 52 with a 32-year-old girlfriend. A 20-year age gap? Dude, you just brought hell upon yourself from the women in this chat who are going to call you a pedophile. Oh, sorry, YouTube. PDF file. Dude, I hope you have a hazmat suit on, because you're about to get flamed, dude. Wait, do hazmat suits stop fire? Probably not, huh? Dude, you're going to get roasted, dude. Dude, the chicks in this chat, dude, listen. If you're a guy who's 52, the girls in this chat want you to date a 65-year-old woman. Because if you don't, you're insecure. You're an insecure male. JCVD chose correct. Yeah, dude. Dude, he squeezed life. He squeezed every drop out of life in the 80s, which was the greatest era ever. Imagine being JCVD in the 80s, dude. Imagine being a superstar during the greatest era of all time. We're talking cocaine. We're talking no cell phones. We're talking no Twitter for girls to go on there. Oh, last night he pulled my hair during our intimacy. Oh, and then getting canceled. Dude, the stuff they did in the 80s and got away with it. Yeah, dude. You know what? He made the right choice. Who cares about looking good when you're 65 in 2026, when the world's gone to hell? He maximized the 80s and 90s, dude. Best decade ever. You can't convince me otherwise. You cannot convince me otherwise. I mean, look at this. Dude, look at this tan. Look at this tan, and then look at him here. So this is the natural skin tone. This is how he looked in the 80s. Dude, golden. Dude, do you remember this scene in Kickboxer? Tell me right now that the 2020s are better than the 1980s. Tell me that right now. Can you say that to me with a straight face? Is this what you see in movies now? And then he went on to kick some dude's ass right after this. Well, what do we get now? What do we get now? Dude, listen to me. If they remake Kickboxer, this is going to be a black woman. A fat black woman will play Jean Claude's character. You know it's true. That's not even... Dude, I'm not even exaggerating. Last week we covered how Tom Hanks' character in The Burbs has been replaced with a black woman. Not a black man. A black woman, dude. God. You young dudes, you don't know what they took from us. You wonder why I'm so goddamn pissed off all the time? You don't know what they took from us. You don't know. I mean, neither do I. I wasn't there. I'm too young, but I've seen videos. All right, so now here's the crazy thing, dude. You UFC dudes, you know who Valentina Shevchenko is, right? The Bullet? Oh, the Bullet? Hang on, let me get some water. '80s prime JCVD still has nothing on the Sewer King. Can we shut the stream down now? We just peaked with that comment, dude. Some women just have a way with words. So this is Valentina the Bullet Shevchenko's official. It's got a check mark, and yeah, I know you can buy those for $8. This is her official Twitter account. And guys, she is an active current UFC fighter. She's not some 65-year-old former UFC fighter that's kind of delusional, all right? This is an active fighter right now. Look what she says in regards to this fight. The legend and father of Western world Thai boxing, Jean Claude Van Damme. Hold up. Say what now? Jean Claude Van Damme is the father of Western world Thai boxing? Dude, she literally says this. Look, let me zoom for you. The F? How do you figure? He didn't do Thai boxing, first of all, or Western Thai boxing, whatever that is. Is she confused because she watched Kickboxer last night? For those of you losers in the chat right now, Kickboxer was a movie where Jean Claude goes to Thailand and ends up training, okay, and fights a Thai boxer, okay? He's not an actual Thai boxer in real life, though. His background was karate and ballet. Like, what are we talking about here? This is strange. This is a strange take from, like, a top level MMA fighter, dude. Guys, remind me. Is she holding the belt right now? And that's not my lack of UFC knowledge. That's my lack of interest in women's MMA. Is she holding the belt right now? Like, is this an actual champion saying that JCVD is the father of Western Thai boxing? And this is, guys, this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. Women are retarded. Every last goddamn one of them. Here we have a top MMA fighter, dude. A top UFC fighter. One of the GOATs of female UFC. Female MMA. And yet, her own field she has dedicated her life to. This chick has been fighting since she was like 10. She has the take that Jean Claude Van Damme will smoke baby Jake Paul. She's champ? Dude, this is a UFC champ saying Jean Claude Van Damme will smoke baby Jake Paul. Guys, listen. You know how I feel about Jake Paul. I've made a career out of making fun of him and saying that his boxing is ass. But I'm also not delusional. Jean Claude Van Damme is 65. If he ever fought professionally, it would have been in the late 70s, early 80s. And even then, it's questionable. He's probably giving up 50 pounds to Jake Paul. And 38 years. You want to talk about an age gap? I'm sorry. I don't see Jean-Claude winning that, dude. I wish he would. There's nobody on this planet. There is nobody on this planet who would want Jean-Claude to beat Jake Paul as badly as I do. My literal career is making fun of Jake Paul's boxing and talking about how much I love Jean-Claude Van Damme. You know I would love to see this. It makes me sad, feel bad for JCVD. I hate seeing 80s icons old. It makes me sad. It breaks my heart. Because I saw them in their prime, the peak of their life, the vitality, dude. And then you see this. I'm telling you, listen to me right now. I want you guys to promise me something. I want you guys to promise me something, okay? If I ever turn 50 years old, on my birthday, put a bullet in the back of my head. Just don't let me see it coming. Promise me this. Promise me this. And I'm telling you, dude. One thing, like this is the first stage of grief when we see our idols old, right? That's the first stage of grief. The second one is when they die. Like Hulk Hogan dying, you know? Okay, which one of you is going to do it? Okay, Ants Hightower has agreed to put a bullet in the back of my head. Thank you. Thank you. That's how I know which one of you truly loves me. That's true love. That you would kill me if I want to be taken out as a mercy killing. That's true love, because I know you don't want me to die, but you're doing it for me because that's what I wanted. So you're putting what I wanted above what you want, which is for me to stay alive. Okay? The hardest was seeing AC/DC in concert last summer in their 80s, shuffling around on stage with younger band members in the back actually playing. Oh, dude, is that what they're doing now? They have younger band members in the back? No, whoa, hold up. When I read that, I thought you meant like further back in the stage. Do you mean they're behind the stage and I don't want to say lip syncing, but the music's mainly coming from behind the curtains? Do you have ammo? I'm out of ammo right now, so you're going to have to bring the bullets, okay? You might need several to kill me because I'm built different. Did any of you see the AC/DC tour? Everything further back on stage, dimmed lights. Okay, so God, that's rough to see. Number one, but number two, that's still better than them hiding it, I guess, behind the drapes. I guess it's slightly not as bad. SK 50 was 5 years ago. Then you're overdue to kill me, dude. Guys, did any of you see the AC/DC tour where Axl Rose was the singer and Brian Johnson sat that one out? I did not. But Axl's voice, like if there's anybody you would find to replace Brian Johnson, is it Johnson or Johnston? I think it's spelled with a T. Is it a silent T? It makes me sad when you see the 80s rock stars on stage. Dude, Axl Rose was such a stud, dude. The studdest of the studs. Dude, the saddest one I've seen. Okay, I don't know if it's the saddest, but the funniest one is Vince Neil. My God, it is the funniest, dude. You know what? When we go on Kick, why don't I find the live video of Vince Neil singing nowadays? Angus still dressing as a schoolboy. Yeah, that's got to be kind of sad, creepy. I can't play any Motley Crue on the YouTube stream because copyright claim immediately, right? But on Kick, we get away with that stuff. So, guys, on the Kick stream later, remind me. It's genuinely hilarious, dude. Have you heard David Lee Roth lately? Ali, I don't want to. Because he gets so much hate, dude. The thing is that there's a profound lack of respect in this generation. In this era, actually. When it comes to aging people. And they'll just trash David Lee Roth. They'll trash Axl. They'll trash Vince Neil. I'm not trashing Vince Neil, but it's genuinely funny when he does it. It's not really that sad. It's just more funny. But I don't want to see David Lee Roth like that, you know? I remember, Roth's era with Van Halen was before my time. That was late 70s. But, the videos were still around and the pictures and stuff. And you see him with his just lion's mane, right? And chest hair all out. And he's jumping off the drum riser in front of Alex. And he's doing the splits. And he's got those shoes or like leg warmers. It's like fluffy pony hair. That's what I want to remember him as. You know what I mean? I don't want to see it. It breaks my heart, dude. And let me tell you, the Axl Rose hate. I've seen him in concert in the 2000s. I never saw them in their heyday, although I could have. Dude, somebody remind me of this story. It's the biggest regret of my life. Well, second biggest regret. I saw Axl first before they reunited with, it was just him, the original members, and a bunch of hired guns, right? And then I saw them like 3 times like that. And then I saw them on their reunion tour twice, I think. So I've probably seen Axl sing 5 times. Okay? And listen, I don't know what to tell you, dude. But in the actual concert, he ripped. Dude, he ripped. I saw them in Vegas at the Hard Rock 2 nights in a row. I saw them Saturday. I saw them Sunday night. They were doing a residency at the Hard Rock in Vegas. Sorry. House of Blues. It was the House of Blues. And I was like, the first night at least, just right up at the stage, right? Dude, he ripped. Now, if I were to look up when that concert was, it was probably like 15, 20 years ago. But I'm not going to look that up because that's just going to depress me. But I saw them on the reunion tour, and that wasn't that long ago. The first reunion tour? What was that? Jesus, was that like 9 years ago? Anyways, he also kicked ass then. But during that whole era, people were making fun of his voice from like 2000s onward. And I'm hearing him live in person, and I'm thinking, this is awesome. What are you guys talking about? So I don't know. Is it cell phone cameras? It's not good quality recordings. You know, his like nasally voice maybe doesn't get picked up, or maybe it's really gone downhill since I last saw them. I don't know. But he always sounded incredible in person. Axl sucks as much as Vince Neil, but not as much as you suck cocks. Right? I bet you have one in your mouth right now. Oh, Bolo Young. Young. Kanye's cousin. Bolo Yee Young. Yeah, dude, Bolo Young is another one. He's another one that if you look at him now, you'll get sad. And we get sad for them, but we also get sad for ourselves. Because what does that say about how old we are? That we saw them in their prime. You know, when your idols start dying off, that means you're next, dude. That means you're next. Like it's Hulk Hogan died, and then, Ozzy died, and then Hogan died. You know who's next? Me. I'm next on the chopping block, dude. I want to see if people are agreeing with Valentina. Someone is looking for a payday. Another scripted fight. But I don't think it is because, I don't think there's been any discussion about this or any interest about this. I think even Jake Paul has a line he won't cross. 50, 55. How old was Tyson? Was he 57 or... I'm forgetting, dude. But yeah, mid-50s Mike Tyson. I think that was the upper limits. And then he got made fun of so much for that. He went to fight Tank, and that fell through. And then Anthony Joshua, right? So I don't think Jake would even entertain this. This would just be sad. Even sadder than the fights he's done. JCVD would have to get back on coke and steroids to do this at his age. He would. And guys, here's the other thing you got to realize. Dude. Taking a punch when you're younger is different than taking a punch when you're 65. And it's not to say that getting punched by some 250-pound guy, 230-pound guy, when you're 30 is going to be good for your brain. It's not. But at 65, a punch that might, daze a younger man, a punch that might knock out a younger man. Could be a brain bleed and you die. It was 2001. What was 2001? Dude, what was 2001? Guys, let me catch up with the super chats, okay? We got Captain. Oh, sorry, this is cutting it off. I gotta maximize my chat screen so I can read your names. Give me a sec, dudes. Give me a second here. All right, hold up. Hang on a sec here, baby. Hang on, baby. I'll get back to you. Captain McIntyre with £5. Stop fangirling over Jake. You watch your goddamn mouth. You take your £5, you shove it up your ass, bitch. Who do you think you should fight next? Hey, Captain McIntyre. Aside from me telling you to take your money and shove it into your bungus hole. Thanks for supporting the channel, dude. I really appreciate it. I always appreciate when you guys support the show and you help me out. This channel is shadow banned. It makes like dick all money nowadays. I appreciate it, man. But I'm not fangirling, all right? Wait, over Jake? I thought you were saying over Jean Claude. Dude, how am I fangirling over Jake? I thought you were... Dude, I just assumed you meant I was saying I was fangirling over Jean Claude Van Damme. I'm fangirling over Jake? No, dude. I'm just being logical. Dude, there's weight classes for a reason, and there's a reason why 65-year-olds aren't on the pro fighting circuit. This is not fangirling. You know how I feel about Jake, dude. You know how I feel about Jake. Come on. But there's physics, there's father time, like activity. But thanks for the £5, dude. Mysterio, my dude Mysterio, with 10 juicy sewer bucks. He says, how's life, King? Dude, I can't complain. Actually, I can, but nobody gives a crap, so I'm just going to shut up. Hope life is good, King. It's not. Can you wish Sheila Santos good luck in her new Pilates class? Oh, Sheila. Sheila, you are going to crush it tonight in Pilates. You are going to crush it. Keep fighting the good fight, King. Chucky Arlaw. Dude, thank you so much for the support. And the support from, dude, you've been around from basically the start of this channel. Thank you. Stephen Fleischer has been a member for 3 months. He's been a dirty rat for 3 months, and he says the best 3 months of his frickin' life. And we got Stephen. Dude, we've got Stephen turned on to Capri Suns. He sent me a pic of a big box of Capri Sun, dude. We got him back on the wagon that he was on as a child. Is it on the wagon or off the wagon? Are you off the wagon if you start drinking Capri Sun again, or are you on the wagon? Because I imagine the Capri Suns are on the wagon, headed to Walmart. I feel like I'm ripping off a bit from the Seinfeld show. Yeah, no, that's from Seinfeld. Not Capri Sun. They were talking about alcohol. I don't take credit for other people's jokes. Sewer has the best community. Oh my God, by far. It's not even close. It's not even close. You guys are the absolute best. Dude, the guys in the rat chat are the raddest dudes, and the chicks are the ultimate baddies. I will put up my community against anybody else's. I don't care how many. Dude, let's say Osmond Gold. He goes live and has 40,000 people live. Guarantee you there are more baddies in my rat chat than his. Am I wrong? Happy birthday, Paul. Better not be Jake Paul. Dude, this is how I want to remember him. This is how I want to remember him. You know? Guys, what happened? Guys, what happened to aging gracefully? You know what I mean? What happened to aging gracefully? Older guys, just put on a suit and head off into the sunset. Don't be walking around draping yourself in leopard print and bandanas, you know. Act your age and just age gracefully. Guys, how long have we been streaming on YouTube. Because after about half an hour, I just want to move over to Kick. Then we don't have to censor ourselves, if you will. I don't mentally age, though. Dude, that is such a good point. I am not kidding. I am not kidding. In my brain, dude. And those of you who are still young don't get this, okay? Those of you who are young, you don't get this. You look at older people and you think, oh, old people. And yes, they are their age. Yes, their bodies are that age. You don't understand that I can, at least personally, dude, up here, I am 17. In my mind, I'm 17, dude. But my body, dude, my body is 19. You know what I mean? Like I got the scars, the wear and tear, the abuse. My body's 19, but up here, I'm 17. And I don't think that goes away. I don't think that goes away, dude. And let me tell you something else. Dude. My sense of humor locked in at the age of 12. My sense of humor is frozen at the age of 12. To me, the pinnacle of comedy is calling somebody a gay retard. Bro, you're not in your prime yet. Calm down. Dude, it's so funny you say that. It's so funny you say that because every time I think I'm in my prime, I just level up like the Low Gang. You know what I mean? 1 year later, I thought last year was my prime. You know? You got to level up like the Low Gang, dude. You got to lock in, you know? You got to hustle and grind. But don't grind dudes because that's gay. Can anybody tell me how long we've been streaming? Like, can anybody help me out here? Do I have to look this up myself? Like, are you guys completely useless? Where's my producer today? Does it say here how long I've been streaming? Let's look around. Studio 135. We only have 135 viewers. What is that? What is that, dude? What are we doing here? Remember Gay Wad? I like Gay Lord. Dude, literally this morning, early this morning, 6 a.m., I texted my friend and called him a Gay Lord. My childhood friend, we are still calling each other Gaylords. Or maybe it's just me calling him a Gaylord. We're not even in the same country anymore. But 6 a.m., I'm texting him, calling him a Gaylord. "48 minutes? Seriously? An hour? Okay, yeah. Let's move over. Yeah, we're heading over to Kick. So guys, it's if you haven't gone, you can go in your browser if you're on your laptop or computer, and it's kick.com/sewerking. SK, no joke, there's a company right around the corner from me where I work called Gaylord Bros. That's not a company, that's a gay bar. And if you're on the app, though, if you already have Kick on your phone, which I doubt anybody above the age of 5 has, unless you're already signed up to watch my streams in the past. I'm not insulting you. Thank you. Most of you have installed Kick for my streams, and I appreciate that. But if you haven't done so, you can go on the app on your phone, and you search for Sewer King, but it's all one word or I won't show up. Sewer King, all one word, dude. Okay? All right. We're heading over, guys. Give me like a couple minutes because I use a different software for Kick than I do for YouTube. I got to switch everything around. The computer might crash in the meantime. But there's a chat over there that you guys can talk in. And by the way, that chat is 24 hours. So before the streams, after the streams, if you're lonely, you can go into the chat and talk to some other rats. And I usually pop in and respond to people. All right. See you over there. Bye.